would just say so long until that time we meet again. You're forever in my song. Won't say goodbye, I will just say so long until that time we meet again. You're forever in my song. Close my eyes and you're with me. I open them and you're gone. Life doesn't last forever. Your spirit had to move on. It's okay, that's what you would say. Hang in there and be strong. There's nothing in life I can give you back, but your voice is in my song. Won't say goodbye, I will just say so long until that time we meet again. You're forever in my song. I won't say goodbye, I will just say so long until that time we meet again. You're forever in my song. You're forever in my song. You're forever in my song. Your voice is in my
Hey everybody, you're back with Joey Ciccone here on the Joey Ciccone Show. I wanted to address the song that you just heard. It was done when my dad passed away. I was actually studying some pretty spiritual stuff at the time, and the Gato monks from Los Angeles, Tibetan monks, opened that up with a chant for me, and that was very special for me. And so is this day, man, because it's about enlightening people and putting the love out there. Bante Lakana, I want to please ask you some questions. I want to get right to them, all right? So
Yes.
please feel free to take your time and answer. You're not on the spot, but Bante, do you think it's possible to completely eliminate suffering?
Yeah, it is possible to completely eliminate the mental suffering, but the bodily suffering is there.
Right.
Eliminate mental suffering means when we practice, we'll be able to free ourselves from ignorance and craving. Due to craving, fear and the suffering causes mentally.
I feel that sometimes in life very much, you know.
In
and
Pali, we say, Femato jayati soko, due to attachment there arise sorrow. Femato jayati bhayang, due to attachment there arise fear. Femato vippamuttassa, when we are free from attachment, natti soko, there is no sorrow. Kuto bhayang, fear not at all.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And it seems that the suffering, you know, is what I feel. A lot of the suffering is caused from the emotional things we go in life.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Whether it's bills or stress from this or stress from that, this all gets attached to us mentally.
That's
Bante,
it.
correct? It gets attached to us mentally, and then what we put out,
Yes.
we put out a fear, but we put out a negative vibe. Would I be correct in saying that?
Yes.
Would I be correct in saying that? Okay. I wanted to ask you this too. What is the best way to become liberated? And what I mean by liberated is more, you know, feeling the freedom.
Yeah, the mental freedom.
the mental freedom is like
from the mental, emotional
I noticed.
disturbances.
Monty, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I noticed that when I, through the meditation, when I'm done and when I'm going through that process,
Yes.
that's when I feel that I free myself from that condition, and it
Yes.
helps me carry on with the rest of my day.
It is possible. It's a simple technique. One has to be mindful of the present moment. Just be mindful of your breathing, mindful of your arising and passing, whether the good or bad thoughts, whatever the comfortable, uncomfortable feelings, sounds and thoughts, and do things mindfully. Try to bring the mind to the present moment, the bodily actions, even walking mindfully. If you practice for some time this way, you'll be able to liberate from all the fear, anger, depression, and you will find ultimate peace and happiness.
I think that's wonderful. In yoga, we teach that, there's always the suffering, you know
Yes,
what I'm saying,
yes.
that we go through. So
Yeah.
we practice it, and I know many times I've started to practice it and then step away from it. But I know that when I come back to it, if I may say, karma and things open up. It's like having, I heard the Dalai Lama say something like, when that table or that desk is cluttered with everything, there's things going on there, and possibly the mind is cluttered,
Yes.
if I'm saying it correctly. But when that table is empty, the mind is
Mind
empty.
is empty.
I hope I said that
Mind
correctly.
is at peace.
All right, I want to talk to my beautiful Bhante over here, Bhante Nalaka. Very good, very good. What inspired you to become a monk?
Yes, I saw this TV show called Kung Fu in the early 70s.
We loved it. It was a wonderful
Yeah.
show, and the reruns I still love.
Yeah. When I was a teenager at that time, and with my brothers and sister, I'd tell everyone to shut up when that came out, and just grasping the pebble, walking on the rice paper, just seeing that little teenager, wanting to become a monk and struggling so hard. I was like,
Right.
I want to be a monk like
Just
that.
from that show, really,
yes.
really started something in your mind.
So Bruce Lee was a big part of that show. So Bruce Lee taking karate, learning about meditation. And,
Right. Right.
That was my beginnings.
But that was Carradine, right? Carradine
Yes.
was the actor on that. But
Yeah.
Bruce Lee played a part also? With
Well,
you?
it was his story. They say in his biography that that was his story that he was pitching to the Los Angeles Hollywood types. But
Of
then
course.
David Carradine got
Right.
the lead.
Lawrence, cool to see your spiritual side, Joey. Thank you, brother. Thank you, because it's all about what's here today, and you can see that. Jubilee, it's always good. Stay positive. We always are positive. We always are enlightened. Bhante, please, to our friends out there, who was your teacher?
My first teachers were Joseph Goldstein, Jack Cornfield, and Sharon Salzberg. And they had a...
Okay, who were they, Bhante? They might not be familiar. Personally, I'm not.
Yeah, they brought meditation, Buddhist meditation, back from India and Thailand, and started teaching Vipassana insight meditation back in the mid-70s.
Right.
So around 1981, I took a course with them up in Barre, Massachusetts.
Oh, it's a beautiful place up there.
Oh,
Definitely
yeah.
been up
This
in
was an old
Massachusetts.
mansion, an old 20s mansion.
Nice, very
that
nice.
was a seminary, and
Right,
then
right.
it changed into a Buddhist meditation center.
Oh, man, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it was very nice.
That's fantastic. So these three people played a part in your teaching.
Yes.
Let me put this on you. What can you tell us about the center in Texas that there's a center that you work with in Texas?
Yes.
There, I mean, I know you travel, but you live here in Vegas?
Well, I was living in Austin, and I might be moving to Vegas in the near future. But
Well, we'd
I was
love-
staying at
love
the
to have you.
Austin Buddhist Vihara, which is a Sri
Okay.
Lankan-based temple.
Now, Vihara is another word for temple, is that
Yes,
would
that's
that be
the
correct?
Pali word, yes.
Okay, very good. And so that's a place that you work, you travel, and then how did you meet
I-
Bhante?
Yes. So after I did my
Lakana.
initial meditation in Bari, the IMS, I went to Sri Lanka to meditate. And 1984, I met Bhante Lakana. He was practicing insight meditation at the same time I was. And we became good friends. He had traveled the world as a sailor. And I think I helped inspire him to become a monk at that time.
That's beautiful. Bhante, we want to read Megan. Megan, I like. I always love when people put their real name up on the chat because I'll call you out on it. But Megan, all love to you. How long does it take to become a monk, Bhante?
At my
Lakana.
center, for the first practice, if you practice 3 months intensively, like 18 hours a day, mostly walking, sitting, mindfully doing things and practicing breathing, for 3 months, you can ordain as a novice. And then after 6 months, you can take the high ordination if you are ready and if you can remember the rules and regulations.
Okay, so Meg, did you get that one out there? Okay, and one I always like to ask too: why do monks shave their head?
Well, it's less botheration living in the forest. You have less worries.
Yes.
So you don't. What if you got to shave? You know.
Of course, the forest monks used to use a razor the
Right.
ancient time,
Okay.
and but every 14 days or 15 days on the full moon day, just before the full moon day, they shave the head.
Okay, very good. Because it dawned on me, and I thought, hey, it's a nice question. People would like to know that, right? So you didn't use the razor. You used the razor here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
You got a nice. It's looking very beautiful
Huh.
there. All right, you're watching the Joey Ciccone Show. Today we're being very enlightened by two Bhantes. Okay, to my left, Bhante Nalaka,
Yes.
right? Nalaka, and Bhante Lakana.
Yes.
Lakana.
Yes.
It's together. It's phonetically, but it's together. You're with Joey Ciccone. We're at WCOBM.com here in Las Vegas. Dennis 52. Love that song. That was from my dad. You had the Gato Monks opening it up. Privileged to be in the studio with them. It really meant a lot to me. And then Charlie, here we go for you. Thank you for chatting. And it makes sense. Less hair, less problems.
Less problems.
Yes, yes. We want less problems.
Less problems, all right? I gotta deal with this all day long. It gets a little crazy. You're watching the Joey Ciccone Show. This segment's going to be brought to you by Gene Woods, WCOBM.com. Okay, the old speed track. I'll be right back.